Welcome to Geek in the Sheets, the podcast where we indulge our nerdy passions and explore the latest in pop culture, and in this case, probably one of the deepest, weirdest things in pop culture that we've done at all. I'm your host, Hi-Fi Mike, and I'm joined by the bad guy, Kenny, and D-Money.
Jello.
Hello there.
What's going on, guys? So this week, we are going to go into our recap of the back-to-school classic, 1995's Billy Madison, starring Adam Sandler. What?
Classic is a strong word.
Regardless of how it is still a classic. Regardless of how you feel about it, classic doesn't necessarily mean good. It means it's a classic.
Starring classic. Well, I'm not a fan of it, but it's
starring Adam Sandler, Bridget Wilson Sampras, Darren McGavin, Bradley Whitford, Norm MacDonald, Josh Mostel, Mark Beltzman, Larry Hankin, and Teresa Merritt. And there's more, but I stopped with Juanita because she's the most important character in this whole movie.
Yeah, honestly, I was going to say she's the funniest character in the movie to me. Everything she said, I laughed.
All right, so this, like I said, this week we're gonna talk about Billy Madison. We're gonna talk first, like we do in all our recaps, is talk about our past with Billy Madison, if we have any stories, nostalgia, anything. Bad guy.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna be that guy this podcast. Because I'm not a fan of Adam Sandler like that. There's very few movies I like of his. Like I like Longest Yard and Click. And
you like Click? Click is awful.
I think Click was good. It was just the second half got sad as shit out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's okay. The first half of Click is great.
It's funny. It's funny.
It's funny, and then it suddenly becomes a totally different movie.
Halfway through that movie is when Adam Sandler's career changed.
Yes,
like it went from Adam Sandler to Adam Sandler.
Here's the thing, though. Like. I didn't start liking him until like around this time. I liked Longest Yard. I liked Click, and the movie he did around that time too. I liked too.
Did you like Jack and Jill?
No. I knew that was gonna be bad.
Jack and Jill, number one fan, bad guy.
Terrible. but yeah, I never like this era. Like I couldn't stand Adam Sandler. It was a lot of
but
I
all right,
like
so
that shit. Like that. Happy Gilmore.
That's the thing. Happy Gilmore is amazing, and I think as an experiment, because the next month is October, so we can't do it in October. November we're supposed to do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I don't know. Maybe we'll fit it in somewhere, but I want to do.
It'll have to be after December because you got Christmas. Christmas.
Look, maybe we'll just do it as a bonus. We'll just do it instead of news 1 week. Fuck it. I don't care.
I'm gonna talk my shit again, dude. Because
we own the network. We do whatever the fuck we want.
I don't like his movies. I don't like his movies.
I want to compare Happy Gilmore to this movie.
I think the reason I like Happy Gilmore
very similar
is that
they're not
that he doesn't do the voice.
Okay, yeah. But let's talk about our good things here. Let's talk about our past with this movie. Bad guy, anything else?
It's no positive with me. I don't like this movie.
I like the meme that this movie created, the one where he says, sir, nothing you no.
Bro, that's my favorite scene. That's one of the reasons I like this movie.
We are all dumber for having.
Don't do it now. I got it all written down. We'll
that's my favorite scene in the whole movie. That's really my favorite scene.
We're gonna have. I'll just say it now. We're gonna have Macho Man Theater with that scene later on in the episode.
I can't do that. I cannot do that. That killed my throat.
We're gonna give it a shot.
I didn't know the voice to do.
I gotta see if you can do Macho Man Theater with it. If you don't do it, then I'm gonna do it.
You can do it.
It's gonna end up being Macho Man Theater for me. Is gonna be Hulk Hogan Theater because that's the one I can do.
I was gonna say because my throat was killing me doing that.
I'm doing it as Hulk Hogan later. I don't condone Hulk Hogan. I think he's an asshole, but I can do his impression. So
yeah, but. Yeah, so that meme was great. The go to school, like that song I remember.
Back to school.
I think this is only like the second time I've ever watched this movie. Like it's not one of the movies like I routinely watch.
I've watched this probably like maybe like I've seen his movies a couple times. I think I personally like maybe like 6 or 7 times, but I don't like these movies. Like I always give him a chance every couple of years. I'm like, this movie's not good.
Yeah,
Waterboy. That's the other one I like. That's the other one I like. I like Waterboy.
Little Nicky
I don't like
Little Nicky would be better if he didn't do the voice the entire movie. He does it the entire, not even part of it, not even like a characteristic trait. The entire movie.
Get in the flask.
Yeah. What's the other one? Around this time with the little boy.
Big Daddy. Big Daddy's good.
Big Daddy.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. But this, like this one, I think like I said, I think this is only like the second time I've watched it, so I didn't really have a lot of memory on it. And rewatching it was like, kind of wish I did.
Like that with these movies. I would say this too. I think when this movie is geared towards kids, I think they're better movies, in my opinion. Like,
yeah. So that's the thing. This is almost kind of geared towards kids, but
this is like,
except it's like raunchy. That being said, I watched this movie a bazillion times growing up. I cannot tell you. I mean, we had VHSs. This is one of the VHSs we had.
Oh, no,
I cannot tell you how many times since 1995 I watched this movie.
That was Waterboy for me.
I watched it.
That movie's hilarious.
I mean, this was probably one of the first movies that I can remember. Like a babysitter came over and like, brought it over. Like, oh, we're gonna watch this movie, and then they put it on, and then that was it. And then my dad had it, and I just watched it over and over and over again.
Been watching it.
Oh no, I watched it, and I watched it. Yeah, I should not have. There's a lot of. It explains a lot. I was 6 years old when this movie came out. I by 1998, I probably watched it not as many times as I watched Major League. I watched Major League a lot.
I watched it
which we will do in the spring for spring training. I love this movie. Growing like I the quotes, the scenes, the actors. That this is a launching pad for a lot of those for me. Like to recognize them, notice them. The Max, the principal as the wrestler. Come on, man.
Sure.
Like.
I did pop for that a little bit.
That
about
was
there being a wrestler in there.
It's so stupid, but so funny. That being said, I haven't watched it in a few years. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched it.
Random. And
I don't know if I watched it after being either a teenager or early 20-something.
See, that's the thing. When you do these kind of movies, like, because I mean, like, I know what it's like to be in your shoes. Like, going back and rewatching the movie, like, you grew up watching it, and then you're like watching it as a reviewer. It's like, oof. You like it's coming to it with a different eye, and it's like, ah.
It's like, this movie is
something.
It's something. It's a movie, and Adam Sandler's in it. And it's got some great bits. It's got a bunch of great sketches. But it's an awful movie. That being said, I'm still going to probably watch the shit out of this movie until the day I die. So
I probably will not watch this movie ever again.
Oh, I will. I'll probably watch it within the next 5 years, at least twice.
I would never like. I'll probably watch it like 5 years later. And be like, is this movie really that bad? And then I rewatch it again, like, yep, it's still bad.
Here's the problem, bad guy. You don't smoke weed, and you don't drink.
I hate
you lose everything you need to have connection to this movie.
No, because there's a lot of stoner movies I like though. Like I just don't like this one.
No, and I get that. But this movie's beyond that. I'm not saying it's a stoner movie. I'm saying you need to be very inebriated to
be drunk to enjoy it.
You need to be drunk or really high to find any of it really funny.
I was going to be honest.
I don't think I really laughed that much. I think there was like 2 scenes where I laughed.
Chris Farley. We're going to talk about Chris Farley and the his friends just randomly eating all the lunches. That made me laugh. That made me laugh because I'm like, I think Chris Farley. Oh, when Chris Farley's. All right, we'll talk about it.
I was going to say there's a couple of scenes that made me laugh, but I've already like those are the only scenes I like, so those are the only scenes I remember. So I don't crack up like that watching it again. I've seen
all my funny scenes are with Chris Farley. I think it's Chris Farley, not Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like Chris Farley.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Billy Madison from 1995. We open up to Billy Madison lounging in a pool, putting sunscreen on in shape of a smiley face. He talks to his two friends, Frank, played by Norm Macdonald, and Jack, played by Mark Beltzman, and remembers it's Nudie Magazine Day. It's October. Wait, did he say it was October?
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Now that I'm
not gonna lie, I didn't start taking notes until the dodgeball scene.
I meant to write that down, but I did not write that down because I went through the whole timeline. But I don't think his friends even know what month it is. So
his friend
I won't
does
take
say
that
it's
as gospel.
October.
He did say what days. He did say October. He was guessing. No, it was just showing these dudes just literally just go day to day just drinking.
Oh yeah,
they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they literally just do the same shit every day.
He remembers it's Nudie Magazine Day, and he races to the mailbox to collect his magazines. Mind you, he ordered these. He knew exactly what he was getting. It's not like he got like a mystery subscription box to porn. So he got She-Mail Fiesta.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he did try to confuse. Like, yeah, you ordered that. Like,
well, he could have women over 80 and drunk chicks.
Yeah, he's wild. He's a wild boy.
He is wild.
If he didn't want the first two, why'd he order them?
Hey.
It
might be one of those things where like they did do something like that.
They did. I don't think that
porn, but I know like they had like stuff like that. It was like you let us choose and we'll get you some shit.
Yeah. I get that, but we're talking 90s. He got 3 porn magazines. He knew what he was getting.
Yeah,
hey,
you knew.
Hey, sometimes you get desensitized to the normal stuff. You just gotta reach out.
And
he reached,
and he reached so much that he saw the giant penguin. That this is something I remembered.
I hated that
so much. Oh, the giant penguin.
I hate
Giant
that
penguin
so
is so random, but that is 90s humor, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is 90s humor. And if you say it's not, just look at the Amanda Show. You had dancing lobsters.
Random. Yeah, like a random animal just being there.
Right.
It had to do with anything. It was
just drunk.
It was just
it's like a drunk thing that he sees when he's super wasted, but apparently also Chris Farley sees it. So
yeah, I was gonna say somebody else saw it too. That's what
Chris Farley sees him at the end. So he chases the penguin around the property, and this is when he falls to his face, and we meet Juanita, played by Teresa Merritt.
Best character in the movie.
That is his maid, who is attracted to him and really wants to fuck him, but also finds it funny.
Yeah,
because she knows she's extra. The shit she says is wild.
So this just goes right into the dinner scene, and we're introduced to Mr. Madison, played by Darren McGavin, Carl, Larry, played by Larry Hankin, and Eric, played by Bradley Whitford. I could not, for the life of me, figure out who that was, and because I know him more for this movie, but now as an older man. He's I don't know if you've ever seen Handmaid's Tale, but he plays one of the commanders in like the later seasons of Handmaid's Tale.
I'm still in the first season, but who are you talking about?
Super good. Eric, the bad guy, the villain.
Oh, okay.
Well,
well, you know
he's the villain.
Well, no, we'll get into
he's a villain.
We're gonna get into that. Yeah, because
the villain.
I don't because I write this in my notes, but he makes a lot of sense in the beginning.
No, he definitely does.
It's the stuff that he does
exactly
that makes him the villain, and it's just Billy does a bunch of villain shit, but it's the stuff that he says that makes him the good guy.
David Spade was supposed to play his character, and it makes a lot of sense. Like it makes a lot of sense that David Spade, Tommy Boy.
Oh yeah. Then that's who this guy looks like too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, it makes a lot of sense. Like,
but I love David Spade, but I think that the guy they got to play this did fantastic. I think he did the role like he should, and I think the Eric's laugh would not have been. I don't think David Spade would have pulled it off as much. I think that he really got that. Like I love that shitty laugh he does.
Yeah, I think it would have been a different dynamic if it was David Spade.
Yeah. Plus, David Spade is way more lovable.
No, but he's usually a dick though in movies.
David Spade, yeah, but he's a lovable dick.
He's the straight. Man.
He's the straight man to Chris Farley's Chris Farley.
Yeah, no, the fuck out of me. Yeah.
We're gonna have to do Billy. I love Tommy Boy, and that's
You're
You're
a torture me with these movies.
Look, man, the plan is to get this movie podcast. So
these are all bad movies.
These are all amazing movies. Tommy Boy is amazing. No, I will not let you fucking besmirch Tommy. Tommy Boy is.
Chris Farley is awful. I'm sorry.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. You are.
Y'all know how I feel about.
You are the bad taste guy. That's what it is.
You just not like physical humor.
I don't know. I don't like when fat people.
It's gotta be. He doesn't
like. No, because it's
so you just don't like fat people.
These are like character actors. That's gotta be it.
Extra when they do it. It's
like that's the point. They're supposed to be extra. These people are
like Melissa McCarthy.
Life.
It's like it's not funny. It's like okay, we get it. You're fat.
No, Tommy Boy's hilarious.
He is. Kenny's just fat phobic. We really.
I don't like this. I don't like these movies.
Another phobic Kenny has.
I watched Tommy Boy.
I
watched it last summer. I think last summer or the summer before that, and I was like, I don't get why people like this movie. Like this movie's not funny.
One Chris Farley movie I'll let you bash on when we watch it, because we will watch it, and you could take a guess. Take a guess what I'm going to say.
The Kung Fu one.
It works really well for this. Yeah, the Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah,
We're gonna do Beverly. We're eventually gonna do Beverly Hills Ninja.
I forgot he's in that.
Planes, Trains, Automobiles. You said we're gonna do. That's a good movie.
Yeah, but that's and that's
a good
not
movie.
Chris Farley.
I know. I'm just saying that's a good movie.
And I mean, what's his name is larger than life too. I mean, Steve Martin's a great.
Martin's
great man, and
yeah,
John Candy.
John Candy's funny too.
Is great, but
he's not over. He's not
an over the top
extra. He wasn't doing.
He's like cool. Like John Candy's like the cool, not cool person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he was a physical comedy where Chris Farley, Melissa McCarthy. Like those,
Melissa McCarthy. Don't put Melissa McCarthy in the same boat.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying they were both. He mentioned there, but they were both physical comedy. Identity Theft is a great movie. It's hilarious.
I haven't. Oh, I have seen that. Yeah. Every time I go to the mall, I think of that movie.
That movie's hilarious.
What movie?
Identity Theft.
It's funny, but that movie pisses me off. That movie pisses me off.
Does that have Jason Bateman in it? Is that who?
Yeah,
Jason Bateman. Yeah.
They try to make her seem lovable. It's like, bro, you stole my identity. Fuck you. I lost my job because of you. Fuck you.
Billy is acting like a kid, and we see Billy acting like a kid in the bath while the adults are dining.
Is that the shampoo and
shampoo?
Yeah.
The conditioner.
This is where we're getting them showing how immature he is. Mind you, he's 28 years old.
I was going to say, no, he's 26.
No, he's 20.
No, you're right.
He said he was in high school 10 years ago.
Yeah, he's 20. His character was 27. His character was 27. The movie came out 28 years ago. That was a little fun fact I have for y'all. Yeah,
26, 27, 28, doesn't matter. He shouldn't be acting like this.
Oh, no, I feel you. No, I definitely feel you.
And Eric is 1,000% right. Hold on. We're not there yet.
Eric is right. Like, why would you hand over the company to a guy who is like doing like stuff with conditioner and shampoo, never held a job, is drunk in the middle of the day? Like, there's no reason to hand him the company.
So Billy arrives and acts as annoying as possible. Yeah. Billy, eat your soup. Good soup. That's probably one of my favorite. Every time I hear "good soup" anywhere, I think it's hilarious.
I forgot about this scene. Oh, this scene.
Slurping a soup. Mr. Madison says he has something to say, and Billy is a complete ass and interrupts.
He starts talking gibberish.
Yeah. Eric gives him the finger, rightfully so. And then he just acts up, and then he gets thrown out of dinner.
Before that, he had the little food in his mouth. He was like doing shit. He's like,
in front of like important guests and stuff. Like, and she what's her name? Juanita tells him you need to dress up, and he shows up in like a shirt and shorts and like a t-shirt and shorts. Is slurping soup, is being an ass the whole time.
He was you know what that reminds me of for real, but he wasn't as annoying in the beginning. Fresh Prince. Remember the very first episode? They said we got a dinner party. He comes down dressed crazy, acting up. Like that's pretty much. It was low key the same scene for
real. It kind of is, and this came after that, so they.
Yeah. But at least with Will, like it's
Will was
to
16.
Him. He's 16, and it's new to him. He didn't grow up in this environment.
No. I feel he's at least a child. He's at least a child.
But you know, all right. So the one thing I do want to say,
not new to this. Like,
you're used to this, sir.
As annoying as he is, this does help set up how awful Billy is. Right? You wouldn't want Billy to run anything. Right? You want him to fail. You're not rooting for Billy at this point in the movie. And I think that sets that up well.
I don't think that's what they're. I think they were trying to.
There's
like in the thing that he was supposed to be like, okay, he's funny, and like, oh damn, it's like okay, he's supposed to get it, but let's see how he gets it. Like for me, I didn't want him to get the company throughout the entire, even at the end. I didn't want.
As a kid, I can see that, but if you're an adult watching this, there's no way you're rooting for him other than the fact that he is the main character.
I don't root for Adam Sandler in any movie.
Look, man.
As an adult, as a kid, yes, because he's like funny and
he's funny. Like,
you're like, oh yeah, let him have the company. It'll be a good time. But as an adult, Eric is right. Like you're putting hundreds of thousands of jobs on the line because giving them to this goofball.
601. They said 601,000 or 601. Something 601 something.
Who I don't even know if he could open Excel.
Billy Frank.
He couldn't spell, bro. He couldn't spell, bro. He couldn't spell rock.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Billy, Frank, and Jack go to eat. They race pickles on a window and ask dumb questions. That's it. That's the only thing I could write about this scene.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Because I wasn't gonna like detail what the fuck was happening, because it was such a stupid scene that we didn't need.
They're racing pickles.
Yeah. Mr. Madison. Mr. Madison, Carl, and Eric talk about Billy, and then we cut to Billy and friends setting dog shit on fire. It's poop again.
Yeah.
This is when is definitely where I learned about setting shit on fire.
Do people really do this?
People did it in the 90s.
I've heard this bit 100 times, and I've never seen or known anyone who's ever done it.
You know what I was thinking? I
only heard about it. I only saw it on movies. I never actually heard anyone do it.
Yeah, I've only heard about it in movies and TV shows, but I've never heard of anyone in real life actually doing it.
But this was the scene. These were the scenes where Eric does talk about how giving Billy the company would be an awful idea, because it is. Like I could not agree with him. I'm like,
like outside of his name being Madison, there's no reason to give the company.
There's no reason. He didn't do anything to prove it. If he really wanted it, he shouldn't be.
He should have been trying before.
He should have been trying to learn the business.
I don't even know if he's ever stayed in one of the hotels.
Oh, probably not. His house is basically a hotel, though. Mr. Madison says he's giving the company to Eric. He calls Billy a moron, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Billy says he will go through school 1st through 12th grade, 2 weeks per grade, and if he can do it, he will take over. This is an awful idea, and Eric is right.
It was a terrible idea, but you gotta have some kind of plot. And the weird thing about these movies, because this was that era where the party boy
gets
to prove
the company.
No, yeah, it was whether it's like just has to achieve some kind of goal, like where to stop partying and actually like get their shit straight. Like this
Tommy
Boy, Van Wilder, like this era was like all the like
you gotta get your shit together.
But I like Van Wilder. Van Wilder was funny.
Van Wilder is great.
Van Wilder was way after this.
But like it's the same like
early 2000s.
It's like the same premise though.
It's like at least 10 years after this.
I swear Van Wilder was 03 or something like that.
Yeah, maybe I feel like it's like 2000.
7 but do you remember how different 1995 and 2002
2002 is when it came out. Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't that far off.
9/11 changed
No,
everything.
9/11. Like at that point, we did have cell phones. Like they weren't
Good.
good, but we had 1995 might as well have been the Old West.
True. He would have had the internet by 2002, and he wouldn't have needed to order nudie magazines. He would have just gone. He would have just gone on Yahoo.
But in the 2002 one for Van Water, they had porno mags in that movie.
Oh yeah, they still.
Yeah, you still had porn mags. I had porn mags. I still have porn mags from then.
I'd go to the store right now if I wanted to and get them, but
I never. What do you do with them? Like,
you're like, what? If you look on the internet.
I never could figure out what to do with them when I was done. Like, how do you know when to be done with a porn mag? Like, how do you get rid of it, man? I got a giant tote. I don't know what to do at this point.
Yeah, what do you mean you do?
I've had them too long, and I'm too afraid to ask.
You hand them down from generation to
who?
generation.
I'm definitely not handing my.
You gotta give it to your depressed friend.
Honestly,
like you do the Boner Jams '96, and
I'll probably have like a giant. I'll probably have a fire and just light them all up. Right?
You're gonna have like a party and just hand everybody's gift is a porn mag.
Like there's
a used porno mag is crazy.
Look, man,
getting at somebody is crazy.
These are relics from the 2000s. Like it was.
Playboy.
They just went from my mom's attic to my garage, and they're sitting under multiple totes. I don't know what to do.
Hey, if you got the Maria Kanellis one, mail it to me.
I don't. I don't. I don't know if I have anything worth money in there, but I'm sure there's someone that'll buy them, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you probably could.
What was it? They had porn mags in American Pie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that was around that time. That's what I'm saying. I'm like
98. American Pie was 98.
Compared to
95 to 98.
But yeah, but pretty much like that idea though of like the party animal has to like learn a lesson and like stop partying and become an adult.
They stopped doing that. Like that was really like a late 90s, early 2000s thing. Like they really stopped doing that.
Somebody should see when the last movie with that premise was made.
Probably one of these failed American Pie movies they keep doing. Like
I
American
like all the
Pie,
American Pie
Mile,
movies.
American Pie, whatever.
They have not. You're referencing a movie line they tried to do in like 2005. They stopped doing that after they don't do them anymore.
They still make those. They still make those.
Do they?
Yes, they're like the little side ones that nobody watches. They still make those movies.
No, they don't.
I'm trying to tell you, they still make these kind of movies. They just doesn't.
Bandcamp, American Pie Bandcamp was fucking hilarious. Naked Mile was funny too.
Those were like the only good ones out of that. Like when they tried to like do the little side missions, I would say when they tried to break off and do little side shit. But
this is where this is where we get the ROCK. ROK. This did make me laugh. ROK. No. ROCK. Oh, the C is silent.
Yeah,
I did die there. I was like, "Are you?"
There was an American Pie made in 2020.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they still make
what was it?
Girls Rule.
I told you they still make these movies.
My apologies.
They don't do nothing.
My apologies.
When it comes to I know my movies, like I
understand that, but I thought I knew American Pie.
You question me. I know my movies.
Like I learned a lot about sex from
You know what's crazy?
Was it a twisting tornado or some shit like that? The tongue tornado?
Yeah, it was really just telling you to rub the clitoris. Like that's all it was really telling you to do.
Fun fact: the American Pie Presents the Book of Love is Sherman Helmsley's final film appearance.
You talking about
Shermanator?
No. You talking?
I'm talking about George Jefferson.
The Jeffersons was moving on.
Oh, I thought you meant I thought you meant the.
No, George Jefferson. His last movie was American Pie: The Book of Love.
Perfect. Great way to send him off.
That's wild.
Then we get a random dance number to Culture Club. I'll tumble for you.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Randomly starts dancing. There was
that was random.
Yeah, it was 90s fucking humor, I guess.
They just wanted
that was the
bought
90s,
the rights
right?
to
It was random.
They bought the rights to the song, and they were going
What are we gonna do with it?
So the next scene is where we get him standing at the bus stop. Back to school, to prove to Daddy I'm not
don't like
a
none of
fool.
that.
That I still sing to this day.
Yeah, that's iconic.
I still sing that to this day. Don't even think twice. And that's why I think I started liking snack packs between that and Corey Matthews in season 6 of Boy Meets World, where he brings a trunk of pudding.
That was good advertisement for snack packs.
This sold snack pack for fucking 40 years. I swear to God.
I will say when they showed the snack packs, I did want one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted one.
The school bus goes by him because he's an adult.
Well, he's a grown ass man.
He's a grown ass man. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I would not let him get on my bus. Billy gets to school and he meets Miss Vaughn for the first time. Billy says he's there to learn. She calls him pathetic.
Here's the thing.
Right.
I noticed this, and then I looked it up, and this is a thing. Adam Sandler has a weird thing about naming the female love interest like this, some weird kind of alliteration.
Oh,
everything
VV.
is like that. Vicky Valancourt. What's her name? I forget her name in the movie. What's her name? Veronica Vaughn.
Veronica
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Veronica
I didn't
Vaughn.
know if you were talking about this movie or a different movie. I was like, I just said
Every movie he's done has that. It's a list. So we got Veronica Vaughn, Virginia Vennet in Happy Gilmore, Vicky Valancourt in The Waterboy, Valerie Varon, I think,
It is
in Little Nicky. No, there's more. There's more. Violet Valentine in Hubie Halloween, then Lena Leonard in Punch Drunk Love, Babe Bennett in Mr. Deeds, Janine Johnson in Reign Over Me, Daisy Danby in Funny People, Mary McGarrigle, I think they say it, and That's My Boy, and Courtney Clark in Sandy Wexler.
Huh.
So yeah, it's just the thing with alliteration.
Hubie Halloween is good, but that's another movie he does the voice like the entire time.
I turned it off when as soon as I started talking like that. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead.
I still liked it. Once I got past that, I was cool with it.
And now I want to watch 8 Crazy Nights though.
Billy gets to school and meets. Oh, I said that. Billy goes into the classroom and meets Scotty, who ate beans, and then he meets Miss Lippy. He gets introduced to the class and they give him a hug. That's a no in post-COVID times, by the way. That's not happening. I'm gonna start punching kids.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did.
Yeah. I'm gonna start punching. Get the fuck away from me! But start hitting him with the elbow.
Forgot about that.
We get story time and the kids fall asleep and Billy is way too into this book. Again, he's an adult. He does have a point about the responsibility of being a dog owner, though. I do understand that.
Okay, I have
did
to
hit a
bring
point
this
there.
up. I do have to bring this up. If I was a parent and I found out that a 28-year-old, 27-year-old man was going to be in class with my 5-year-old, 6-year-old child.
Already. I got to count it. Well, first of all, they're not 5 or 6. They're first grade, so 8, right?
No.
Would that be?
First grade is like...
Oh, maybe 6
Yeah,
to 7.
6, 7. Yeah. So either way, even if you say 8, whatever, doesn't matter.
I agree with you.
If I find out that there's an adult that's not the teacher, it is not like a principal or a teacher's aide, but is going to be a student with my children, we gonna have a problem.
Right.
But he better have special needs.
Here's the thing. I'm sure that bulletin went out. They were like, this guy his father's rich. He has a lot of money. And also, you're getting Rolexes at the end of this 2 weeks, because that's what happens. So I think he was able to buy him off.
We don't have to have the talk though.
As long as he's not a pedophile, I'll let it play out.
But look,
he's not a pedophile. Let it play out.
You stop it because you're like, no, you're not gonna be in the class.
You're increasing the odds. I'm just saying. You're going from like
the danger
Look,
zone.
man,
you're increasing. You're going from like 1% with the teacher.
if this world had, if that world was logical, we wouldn't have a movie. Eric would be running the company.
True.
We get the first O'Doyle at dodgeball. O'Doyle rules. which is also something I still say to this day.
I do like that line. That line cracks me up. Every time the kids come up with Doyle rule,
I still do that. Like if I do some stupid shit or pull some sort of like, oh, Doyle rules. That and it's either that or San Dimas high school football rules.
Is that Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
Okay.
San
I was
Dimas high
like,
school football rules. Or
yeah,
something
they
like
would
that.
not get no kind of cheers when he said that.
Billy goes inside to see Miss Slippy dancing, letting off stress. She tells Billy to go the fuck outside.
Yeah, he's trying to get in. He's like, fine. She's like, no, go outside.
Billy catches the ball and beats on the Brats, which is also the song that they play by the Ramones, Beat on the Brat.
Oh, okay. I got some trivia for you for this one.
Beat on the brat and the baseball
Here's the thing about that.
Uh-huh.
So kids were harmed in the filming of this movie.
I'm sure. No way they weren't.
They said he was doing that, like, he was hitting these kids as hard as he could with the dodgeballs.
Yeah. You know their parents said it was okay.
No, I know. I'm just saying the fact that he was hitting them as hard as he could with the dodgeballs, and the editor had to cut away quickly after each hit because they didn't want to show the children crying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because he was lighting them kids up with that scene.
So even if we we just go based on Billy, he's being a dick here.
Terrible person.
Yeah,
He's being a horrible person.
All right.
Nothing redeemable so far has happened.
I agree with you.
I thought the dodgeball thing was funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like they tried to fuck with him. O'Doyle's family tried to fuck with him. He was like, all right, you know what? I tried to give you a chance, Miss Lippy. Maybe come out here.
You're still children.
I'll fuck y'all up. No, I don't give a shit. I'm swinging on these kids. So if you're telling me I'm allowed to throw a ball at them, I'm throwing a ball at a bunch of fucking first graders, and I'm getting out all my frustration.
But like I said, we need to have a list or something of all just as we go through the podcast. Is somebody able to make a list
of how many times we say he's an adult?
Yeah, I feel like that slows down after the.
No, because it still goes. I still got a couple. I'm thinking.
Right. You can write it down. I don't know how many times I've done so far.
Probably like 5 or 6 so far.
Cut to lunch, and Billy's trying to trade a banana for a snack pat. We get Mortal Kombat versus Donkey Kong. So the Sega versus Super Nintendo.
But I like that though because we actually had Sonya Blade in the movie. That was a nice little.
Yeah, and I thought Mortal Kombat 1 just came out. Not the time this, but MK1 just came out, and they're talking about Mortal Kombat 1 in this, right? So. Yeah,
and they said she was like, I looked it up. She was 20 years old.
Oh, that is Sonya Blade.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like,
because I kept looking at her like, I know she's from this movie. This is what I recognize her from. But I also recognize her from something else. But I'm like, maybe I just recognize her from this movie.
Yeah,
she was Sonya Blade.
Yeah, she was like, so she was only 20 years old in this movie. It's a crazy thing.
Didn't Mortal Kombat came out before this? Didn't it?
I think it came out like 94 or like something like that. Let me look it up. So I know the actual game came out in 92. Came out the year I was born.
I think it'll tell me right here.
95.
So same year. Okay.
She was working.
Yeah. Well, I just knocked over a bunch of shit. So
I want to check out Love Stinks. That's another movie she's in. It's really good.
Love Stinks.
That's a funny movie.
Yeah. That's another Adam Sandler. Wedding Singer. That Love Stinks is in it, but Love Stinks the song is from.
Yeah, but watch that movie though. That's a good one.
You know what is? I know you're saying Love Stinks is a good movie, but Wedding Singer is also a really good movie.
I've never finished that. I gotta finish that. That's like one of the few movies I haven't seen.
Julia Gulia is not JJ. It would be JG. That would have been her name if she got married, and that's one thing I remember. Her name would have been Julia Gulia. We see. Yeah. Oh wait. So say, what would you have picked? Donkey Kong versus Mortal Kombat. Well,
Mortal Kombat.
I like how. Well, actually, I think Donkey Kong. Like really, Billy.
Yeah.
Did you really have to well actually him?
Yeah, he did because he's a dickhead.
He is a dick.
Simone, Donkey Kong or Mortal Kombat?
Or Donkey Kong.
I would have went Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was definitely Mortal Kombat. That's probably my favorite game ever.
I think at the time I may have gone Donkey Kong, but now I would Mortal Kombat. We see Billy unable to figure out how to make snowmen. He doesn't have the basic motor functions. of a first grader.
Because I was wondering, I was like, so is he like I know he's supposed to be a drunk party boy.
He's just
he's acting like he's just slow. Like he's like bro.
He's stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like to be playing around a lot, but you're slow.
I think if it was now, he would have been labeled with something.
Yeah.
He eats glue, which then makes more sense of why he's dumb.
He was definitely huffing.
That was funny. That was funny though. The fact that he was like, "Want some?"
Like, nah, I'm good. He's like, right.
Billy then meets Scotty's mom, and Miss Lippy comes out and embarrasses him. She wears the same thing through the whole movie, doesn't she? Now that I'm thinking about it, she always wears that red.
Yeah.
The red with the red.
Oh yeah.
The red hair and then the red shirt.
She was only on set one day.
I would have in this scene though. The eye acting from Adam Sandler is fantastic. I really felt like he wanted to absolutely murder Miss Lippy for purposely embarrassing him, putting the noodles around his neck and giving him his thing and saying that he forgot his stuff.
Yeah,
that was a dick move, Miss Lippy. Dick move.
But I think with her, she was just so like
she's
happy-go-lucky that she didn't realize she was fucking up his shit. She was just like,
she
"Hey,
knew.
you forgot
She
this."
1,000% knew what the fuck.
I think she was just the first, like the stereotypical first grade kindergarten teacher, where it's like super like personable and happy, and like she like was dancing like hipster, like hippie. Yeah. So I don't think it was like an intentional like I'm gonna fuck up his shit.
No, I
still was just like,
I think it was for him trying to come in during dodgeball.
No, I don't think. I just think she was just.
Or no, you know what it also could have been was when he decided to talk after the story time, because I can't tell that when she looks angry and when she looks calm. Because like,
I think one of the people that's always, she's like, look, I need my time away from y'all.
I think that
I need my time away from y'all.
I think she would give this face that made it look like she was happy, but if you actually looked at her, she was like not like she's fuming. Yeah. Which is why she has to dance.
Yeah, probably. Like she's not always actually always happy, but she pretends like she is.
That's why she said it's recess, and then she decided to dance to let it all out.
Yeah,
let all the energy out because
I just think that was her moment to just be like, okay, I'm going to be me. I'll just chill in my little time,
my happy time.
And then as soon as she came, he said, "Hey, look, you're fucking my shit up. Going out there and play some dodgeball." I think that's all that was.
We see Eric plotting about eliminating Billy. At this point, does he mean he's going to kill Billy?
No, I think
because he says like, eliminating, and then
I think he's
very ominous.
Like getting him out.
No, he doesn't say get rid of. He says eliminating.
Yeah,
I don't think he meant like killing him.
I don't know, man. Because he does try to kill him.
I'm assuming
he does try to kill him later on in the movie.
Towards him because he got pissed off to the point. He's like, bro, I can't stop this man. But
he probably,
which we're gonna talk about.
He was trying to sabotage him.
He probably assumed that he would have failed. Like he was gonna fail at some point.
Exactly. He was just trying to sabotage him at this point. He's like, bro, he ain't meant to pass. And then he got to the point where he was passing. He's like, let me just try to fuck him up. And that's when he tried to sabotage.
We get Billy making fart noises during roll call.
Yeah.
Then he can't pee in the stall, which doesn't make sense because all you got to do is stand straight up, Billy. You don't have to kneel. I don't understand. His dick doesn't go over it.
The stalls aren't that small.
Stalls aren't that short. And if you're really having that much of a problem, go into a stall. Like you don't need to go to the urinal then. Or no one else is in there other than the janitor. Stand back. Like, you can reach in there. I don't understand the fucking problem, Billy.
They tried to do the humor. It didn't work. It didn't work logically. It was just, like you said, 90s humor.
It's him just being extra.
Exactly.
Billy then offers the milk to Miss Vaughn in the hallway. Veronica Vaughn. He's super creepy.
She was bad.
So, yeah, he's super creepy during this. She shuts him down.
They sexualized the fuck out of her in this movie.
Oh,
like, yeah. It was crazy.
That is an understatement. That is an understatement. We're not even there yet.
No,
I got some
We're
words
not even there yet.
I'm about to say, but see, yeah, we're gonna get to something he did. And I
We
was
get
like,
to third grade. We're gonna get to third grade soon.
We're gonna get to third grade soon. Yeah, he was fucking up.
I'm trying to find where we're at.
The milk.
Debo, did you have something to say about that part? Yeah. We also get the janitor. This is where we meet the janitor again. And he offers the janitor some milk too. But the janitor wanted alcohol. Miss Lippy, you see Miss Lippy rubbing glue on her eyes, which, while Billy cleans the erasers, which was weird. And then nap time, which I wish we had nap time in the real world.
Yeah.
They do in Japan, I think. I think they have like an hour where they get to take a nap.
So in Italy, they go home midday to eat lunch, and I guess you could take a nap then too. Like everywhere shuts down.
That's the thing though. Like with me, don't let me go home because once I go home, that's why I can't do like split shifts. Because once I go home, I'm home. I want to just chill.
I do that. I come home for my lunch, and lately I've just been sitting on my couch for 20 minutes and then going back to work because I let my dog out. Damone, you remember that though, right? You went to the same Italian class. That I'm not imagining that. That's the thing that the teachers. All right, cool.
That's the thing in Italy and some European countries where like they get time like their lunches are longer, so
everybody goes home, man.
Everyone goes home.
Everyone shuts down and goes home. Like what the fuck?
They all go home at it's 12 or whatever, and then
in
go
Spain
back.
They eat dinner at midnight. Like that shit's crazy. Europe, man.
But here, work till you die.
Work till you die. Like I'm not gonna be able to retire unless this picks up. I'm not retiring. We cut to first grade party where they give out where you get Rolexes instead of candy in piñatas. That's it. It's you see what he does after each grade he gets a party.
He celebrates every time.
Right. Every time.
I got 3 favorite scenes in the movie, and I'm gonna tell y'all when they come up. Let you know that now because I got 3 favorite scenes.
Yeah, the fact that he has a party after every grade is wild.
Is wild.
Yeah, and Eric calls that out in the next one.
Yeah. So you gonna do this every time?
Yeah. Eric gets an awful intel from the janitor. Billy passes second grade by being able to spell the word cheese and couch. C-O-R.
No, he got that couch one wrong.
Going to the mall later?
Yeah, that was funny though. That was funny. Yes, he definitely got.
Where did R come from?
Wait, right? Cow. Are you going to the mall later?
Also, the fact that he's getting a graduate, if I'm a kid in that class and I see him spell one word right, and they're like, "You get to move on." I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Fucking spelled couch.
And the wild thing is, especially when it gets to later, there's no way you can learn the whole everything in 2 weeks.
Oh no. We'll talk about that. I mean, high school.
Yeah, I'm saying in high school, there's no way. Literally no way.
The next party, Eric is. This is where we get the second grade party where Eric is shown. Now Eric is being an asshole. He's being an asshole. Doesn't he throw a kid in the water? He does some shit to a kid.
Being a dickhead too.
Now he's being a dick and he's being a little pansy ass bitch. Billy gets to third grade and tries to make friends with rehearsed banter that he uses. I thought first and second grade were tough, but third grade reading, arithmetic, history, whatever he said, you know what I mean? That was funny.
Because the second grade is the exact same thing.
Then Miss Vaughn comes in. So wait, you're telling me that the one teacher that absolutely hates this man has to get him in her classroom? There's no other third grade teachers?
We don't know how big the school is.
It goes up to 8. It goes K to 8th.
Well, I mean,
we find out later. Hold on. It goes
K to
no. It goes K to 8th. I'm sorry. but it's a public school going K to 8th. It's gonna be large enough. You're gonna have it. You're gonna have at least
my
2.
My guess is that it's not a public school. It's probably
it is definitely a public school. It's 1,000% a public school.
I feel like
I think they only had her do it because of the fact that her character doesn't like.
Yes, and I get it. They need her to be in it because she's the teacher that they've already shown.
Yeah.
But realistically speaking, there's got to be another teacher.
I mean, yeah, I hear you on that, but it's just supposed to be okay. They already got a tension. They already got certain tension between them. Yeah. So they don't. He doesn't like him, but he does like her, and it's kind of like
It also could just be like the teacher doesn't get to pick the kid she gets.
Yeah, so that means
Well, I think teachers probably could veto a student if they really had an issue with them. I know our teachers did.
She didn't really have it. She technically had no reason to have an issue with him, though.
She did.
Besides him
being a moron.
Especially later.
Billy gets to 3rd grade, trying to make friends. People laugh at Fanny, but not 69, and that pissed me off.
Well, they're 3rd grade. They don't know what fucking 69
I knew 69 in 3rd grade. I knew it was a funny number.
In 3rd grade, Fanny means butt. Yeah, 69, you don't know. Like I suck you off, you suck me off. You don't know that.
Wait. Bad guy, what does 69 mean?
I said I suck you off, you suck me off. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I'm like I don't know.
3rd graders
didn't know that.
Yeah, my kids are in 3rd grade. I hope they don't know that.
They definitely do. They definitely do. Also, Fanny in Britain means, or like the UK means vagina, and not butt. So fanny pack's really funny, but also makes way more sense. Reading is good. This is also something that sticks in my head. Reading is good. Can we start the story now? Today, Junior.
Yeah, that's a classic.
It's another dickhead thing.
It's a super dickhead thing.
He's trying to read. The kid's in 3rd grade. Reading's hard.
Just because you're a grown ass man in there.
But you gotta admit, that was kind of funny. That was today, Junior.
It was funny because all audacity. It's like, damn, like
it was. He was really trying to show off.
Right. He's looking at it too. He's like, bro, he's a child. Leave him alone.
And that's the thing she says to him, right? Like, you're an adult. Miss Vaughn disciplines Billy for being a dick. Billy learns nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yes, she takes him out and tells him, "You are an adult. These are children. Shut the fuck up,
or I will fail you."
He learns nothing and just wants to bang her.
Yeah.
Billy gets offered to see Juanita's breasts in the kitchen.
That was funny.
That was
Want to see mine? Oh well, the offer's always there.
I can take off my top for you. He's like, no, I'm good.
All right, would you have said yes? I would have said yes. Right? We're in agreement, right? Yeah.
She doesn't want to see a titty.
I'll see a titty. Why not?
Not those titties.
I'll see a titty.
No. You trying to get at her? It's like, nah. I want the
titties. Billy gets caught drawing Veronica, and then we see Billy does not know how to write the letter Z in cursive. As
a kid, I didn't know how to write that shit.
I know how to draw Z.
I know how to do it too, but they don't even teach cursive anymore. So
yeah, I was gonna say that they hammered in our heads. You're gonna need to learn it, and then we never did it ever again.
3rd grade is when I learned cursive. Yep. My kid learned a little bit. They did start teaching them, but they didn't follow up in the next grade.
They never followed up with us either. They did 3rd grade first.
The only thing you need it for at this point is your signature, and most of our signatures are just scribble anyway.
Oh yeah. So my signature is actual just scribbles.
Yeah. Mine is too. And then on top of that, like the only other time we ever had to use cursive was when I took my SATs. You had to write something.
I used cursive
paragraph in cursive.
I used cursive up until college, and then college everything was digital.
Yeah, everything you type, right? Especially now, everything's digital.
And now everything's digital. I can still write in cursive.
Yeah, I can
but
too.
I don't know when other than my signature, but again, that is really just scribbles.
Yeah.
Outside of my name, I could not tell you the last time I wrote in cursive, and it was probably high school.
It would have been in high school because they made us write in cursive.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't have to. Like I said, it was only for that SAT, and that was it.
Yeah, in high school we had to write like essays in cursive, but in college you
yeah.
everything.
I'd be pissed.
8th grade, I remember writing a double-sided 8-page book report
Fuck that.
on college ruled paper in 8th grade.
No.
And I did it. I did it on Harry Potter. And the first one I did, my teacher said, "This isn't enough. Like, there's not enough detail here. What are you doing?"
Oh wait, ma'am, I wrote it in cursive. Go ahead, take it.
So I did it again. This is one page. I did it again, but I did it 8-page double-sided on college rule.
Hell
And I did it to get my comic book. I had comic books. She took comic books away from me. And I did it to get my comic books back. And I got the comic book back, so she's like, "Look, I'm gonna give you a C." I wrote 8 pages double-sided. I was pissed. It's because I went in too much detail. I basically just wrote what I do here. I wrote a summary of like each chapter and like explained from A to B, which, you know, A, B, C to D, how we got to the end of the story, which is actually how I do a lot of things, how I just speak in real life. Like, I have to explain things. And I'm constantly being told I don't have to explain it. Yeah. So, Billy, it's Valentine's Day, and the principal is the substitute. Michael gets caught with a note.
Wow, this part is
We're
wild.
so lucky to have Principal Anderson substituting. Now we have the privilege of staring at that tub of lard all day. His face, the way his face changes, I actually felt legitimately bad. Hold on.
No, the little kid was started looking sad. Like,
the little kid was looking sad. But first of all, the little kid didn't write it, right? He got it, give it to him.
Yeah.
So first of all, he didn't know it was on it, and he's embarrassed for nothing. That being said, the principal's acting was great.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. I said, "Damn, that's sad."
If I were him, I'd walk my fat ass into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's harsh.
And then we cut to an awkward laugh. We cut to Billy awkwardly laughing. Like, really?
He's a dick.
Like, that wasn't funny.
He's a dick.
That wasn't funny.
He's an asshole.
It was funny to me because I'm watching the movie.
Add that to the list.
Awkward Valentine's Day card scene with a bunch of children.
Yeah.
Yes.
As a child, I thought that was hilarious.
As an adult, this is why.
As an adult, this is not cool.
Yeah, as an adult, this is why I don't want him in my children's class.
Right. As an adult, this is not cool.
No.
He waving back too. It's like, no.
Yeah, right. Like, he's not like shutting that shit down.
He's just taking it.
Like, he's accepting it.
He's like, we're in school. Like, no, that's not the time for this.
And then the cherry on the cake is the last one.
Yeah, that's what
it was from the principal, who had time to make this, by the way. So he had to do this prior. It says I'm horny at the bottom. Sir, you are in a classroom of children. What? Sir, no.
The wild thing about that is, like,
I wouldn't be worried about Billy. I'd be worried about this principal.
They set up the kids for this punchline, and that's why they did the whole kid thing. So it's like, oh,
yes,
to that. But it's like,
I got the joke.
Wild. Like,
the joke didn't escape me. I got the joke.
No. I'm saying this is wild. It's like, now I got to keep school knowing that you looking at me like this. Like,
not even that, but the fact that you're sitting here stark hard, you're telling me you're horny this entire time you've been sitting in a classroom of kids.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing behind that desk, my dude?
Yeah, this school got problems. This shit needs to be shut down.
You were asking shit like
we cut to the bus driver, Chris Farley, as he gets angry and holds back tears because the children make him cry. Billy gets dared to touch Miss Vaughn's boobs, and then it says it's sexual assault. He says it's sexual assault. I'm thinking he had a face turn. Then he doubles down. Then he has to be double dared, and then sexually assaults her anyways.
Like, he's lucky. He's lucky she was cool. Like that's the one thing. Like, she's lucky. She's just like, hey man, it is what it is. Because her character literally just got sexually assaulted. And she's like, Hey, look, man, it happens. That's what she was like. Look, man, it happened. I'm like, this is not okay.
This is the first time, like.
Right.
He went up and grabbed your titty. Like he acted like he was about to fall and grabbed your titty.
Oh yeah, he's straight, but like he's the only one. Why is he standing? None of this makes sense.
But that's why, because he's so dumb, and she's like, I know what you want. Like,
well, she heard him. She heard him. She's 3 seats behind him.
It's
loud.
They were talking at full volume.
So yeah, he sexually assaults him or assaults her. And then I skipped the whole part where they call Miss Vaughn. I'm sorry, I skipped the part where they call Miss Vaughn, where him and Ernie call Miss Vaughn. They have her number, her home phone number.
Mm-hmm.
He has a conversation about personal dating stuff, and she has a conversation with him. Why? Why is she not just hanging up?
She said, "Do you have anybody you like in the class?" Like,
no.
Stuff like that. It's like, bro,
No.
You're
the answer is no.
You're 8 years old.
You understand that no.
But that's another thing. She knew it was him. She's like, all right.
Lose my number, Ernie.
Like, all right, bro. Like, lose my number. She already knew it was Billy Madison. She's like, Billy, all right, man. Like, she's like, all right. But the thing is, in the movie, it's supposed to be cute and innocent in this time in this time period. It's supposed to be cute and innocent, but it's like looking back at it now in 2023, it's like this is awful.
Right.
Every other time I've ever watched that, I thought that was
because we know there's a lot of teachers who wouldn't say no.
It wasn't AB Slipping.
Who would be like, yes, I do actually like somebody in the class.
That's a setup for an old dude in 2023 wishing that was their teacher.
Chris Hansen shows up like, so who are you here to see?
My teacher.
I want you and I like you.
Then we see the banana peel get thrown out the window, which you don't think anything of at the time, but is very important.
I forgot they did it then. Yeah,
but also I will go on and explain why that also makes absolutely no fucking sense.
I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, it's supposed to be dumb as that was
right. But when you think about it, it makes absolutely no fucking sense.
No, no.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll have a thing. So then I got mixed. Miss Vaughn says she's been sexually assaulted by students before.
Crazy.
Gross. And that doesn't make it okay.
No.
Exactly.
Especially because he's an adult.
Right. And she was just teasing. She was just.
Yeah. Somehow that made her like it. I don't understand. So you got to touch her titties, and that's how you, that's what?
Yeah, I got some stuff for her in a second.
People wonder why boys are so fucked up. Like,
that's
this
the movie.
is the
That's
shit
the movie we watched. That's the
right.
movie.
I figure out a lot of things when I go back and watch. Like, this is why I'm so fucked up. This is why I couldn't have a healthy relationship until I'm in my late 30s.
Wait, mid-30s.
I'm in my mid-30s. I get it. I was going for a joke there. All right, shut the fuck up.
If you're in your late 30s, I'm in my late 30s.
Look,
I'm
man,
not in my late 30s.
When somebody's listening to this episode in 3 years, I will be in my late 30s. So shut the fuck up. It works. Ms. Vaughn says she's been sexually assaulted before. That we then see the lunches being eaten by the driver and Billy's friends.
Mm-hmm.
How did they get there? Why do they know where they are? Were they already friends? What is happening? No explanation.
They did just show up.
There's no explanation.
Were they like on the bus too?
No,
or?
It was just the
They were
kids.
just there.
Yeah,
It was just the kids. It was just the kids, and then Miss whatever her name was.
And you know they didn't know Billy was on the trip. So like I don't understand.
I think they just did the bit. And we were just supposed to be like, okay.
This is funny. They're eating the kids' lunches. That's all supposed to be.
Honestly, that was all probably. Honestly, if I had to guess, that was probably all like
improv.
No. I'm assuming, and I have to go back and look, but it was probably like just a scene where you probably saw them going over to the area, and then they just added the like a loop in, and did like a audio overlay of that just so they could have that scene.
Probably.
Gotta be so stupid. It's a non-scene. Like, we literally wasted time. Like, you had to just put it in because you were 30 seconds short.
They just wanted to do that bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was it. They just wanted to have the guys eat the kids' lunches.
Like, we gotta get that joke in.
Exactly.
Ernie peed his pants. This is something I thought it was gross even when I was a child. Ernie peed his pants. Billy decided to make it look like he also did it, peed his pants, and convince a bunch of third graders that it was cool. So now these third graders.
Okay.
Now these third graders are going to go around pissing themselves thinking they're cool.
I was going to say, they think it's okay now.
I got to say something. I don't think third graders are that dumb.
No, I
don't
do.
think third graders
are that dumb.
Instantly going to suddenly be like, oh, it's cool to pee my
because
pants this one person did it.
Hold on, and it's not third grade. Hold on, it's not third grade girls. It's third grade boys. Third grade boys
True.
Are morons.
True. But I don't think they're all of a sudden going to be like, oh, yeah, it's cool to piss our pants because I saw one person do it.
Two people
do it. I don't think it's going to.
And one of them is
like,
a 28-year-old adult.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they're suddenly going to be like, that's the cool thing to do.
Oh, Ernie
well, at this point,
too.
At this point, he was supposed to be the most popular kid in that grade.
Most
popular man. Most popular man in that grade, and so that's why they kind of looked up to him. I think they said something about how they looked up to him.
Right. Yeah. She says that they look up to him, and then he starts to like change his tune.
So they try to make it cute, but it's still like, bro, so now you fuck these kids up, so now they think it's okay to piss themselves.
And now she's in love with him. Now she's head over. All it took was fake peeing your pants to be head over here.
And sexual assault.
Sexual assault and peeing.
I need to say this. She's crazy too. Because she went from hating him and saying he's a pretty much saying he's a scumbag to he does one semi-nice thing for one kid.
That's all it takes.
And suddenly she's ready to like drop to her knees.
He has had 6 weeks to wear her down.
I thought it was 2.
Really?
No,
really? He's only in her class for 2.
Yeah, he was at her class for 2.
Yeah, but he's
been in the school for 6.
He didn't turn around now.
He's been in the school for about 6.
And she hated him for like the first week.
But he wore her down.
She took him by the ear out the class.
Honestly, that's still fucking hilarious.
He did one thing. He did one nice thing, and she was already instantly ready to
like,
fuck him.
She was like, I want to fuck.
She's ready to start them panties down.
I want to fuck Billy. Like, I don't have time.
He pretended
he's the only adult around.
Imagine if it was that easy.
It's like her choice.
Your pants once, and she's just like, "Yeah."
Adam Sandler on all his movies, though. Every girl he's able to get is the most unrealistic. It's like porno.
Her choices for sexual partners, though. Let's break it down. Is Principal Max, who's at least gay, at least bi, at the very least.
Here's the thing about.
He's a murderer. Which we don't learn yet.
It's not like, okay, she's only has access to the
janitor.
She probably knows people outside.
The janitor. Does she though? Because I am not convinced she does.
She could definitely.
I'm not convinced she knows anyone outside of the school.
So
she has third graders calling her house.
She was hot. She could definitely pull any guy she wanted.
Yeah. That doesn't mean she's
gonna pull the 20-year-old
and yet she's still single, guys. Hold on. She's still single. There's a problem there somewhere.
Remember the one guy said that
she's a teacher.
His friend had fucked her, but not really.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. That was next to my thing because I didn't get to it. He looks up Chris Farley looks up her skirt. Billy calls him out for it.
Sexual harassment, by the way.
Now all of a sudden he's a fucking sexual harassment like police dude. Like he's all against sexual assault.
Yeah, he's
not even an hour ago did you grab her titties.
Yeah,
he literally stopped him. He said, "All right," like he used to be.
And he, but he was like rolling his eyes. Billy's rolling his eyes. Like, I would never do that. I would never go look up her skirt.
Yeah, because now he knows that she might like him.
Right,
so he's gonna completely change how he acts.
Fuck this movie. That's how I feel. Fuck this movie.
Yeah, so he calls him out, and I know from experience. No, you don't. Well, I know from a friend. No, you don't.
He said that would be cool if we knew a friend that did that. Like, what? Like, all right, so
you can definitely pull any guys you want.
That was funny. Chris Farley's funny. I don't know how you don't see it. That was fucking hilarious.
That bit was funny.
That was a good bit.
That was funny. But when he tries to do the extra shit, it's not funny to me. That's just when he's doing it. It's not funny to me.
We get the third grade party.
Another party
with an awful hair metal band. Awful. The fact that
yeah, I
he's
forgot about
clapping
that.
for him, that was awful.
No, they're supposed to be awful. They were really supposed to be awful, though.
I couldn't tell he was clapping for him like they weren't. So
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
you saw literally everything was off key and everything like that.
Yeah,
And you
'cause they were
saw
awful.
Nobody cheered for but him.
We see Jack spraying a kid who wants him to stop. Like he's spraying him with a hose. He's like, "You all right? Yeah." But Billy doesn't stop him. This is clearly one of Billy's friends. He doesn't stop him.
Yeah, because he's
He
an
doesn't stop
immature
him.
child.
And then he gets distracted because Veronica shows up. And then we also see Scotty's mom rubbing
That was
snot
gross.
on her
That was
chest.
Gross.
I think as a kid that did something to me as well. Like that still grosses me out.
Yeah, it is gross.
Like it wasn't like a
she's
good
hot.
thing
Like,
it
she's
did to me, but she's
attractive.
hot, and yeah,
But
like
the
was
snot thing is weird.
No, it was
It
supposed
was-
to be. I mean, it was supposed to be gross. It was supposed to be funny. Like, okay, this is
Yeah.
disgusting.
No, and I
It's
get
trying
that,
to be
but I
sexy,
think
but it's like that's just
I
gross.
think that ruined her for me. So even as rewatching as adults, I'm like, she's already not hot. She should be hot, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah,
looking
I mean,
at her. What's
yeah,
not
but
hot about her? And then I remember I'm like, snot.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why
It's not
that's why he called her the mucus mom, whatever he called her.
Yeah,
you can have her.
Yeah, he was like, bro, I'm disgusted. I'm good. He's because like any other thoughts he had for somebody else, now they're done. Now he's only about her now. This is it. That was his final. That's supposed to be his final moment of being dumb,
Right.
being immature. I'm gonna say.
So then we got third. Eric and Carl talk, and Eric plots. He chokes on a hot dog, which is really good. And then he sees the principal getting an idea on how to stop Billy. So it was pretty standard.
Yeah, villain.
Did he already kiss the picture at this point?
No, nope,
Okay,
we have not
okay.
gotten there yet. He does
Okay.
that. He does that later. So we haven't seen the tent yet, but we're about to. We're about to see his tent. I lost my spot.
With the kids,
Yeah.
mom, and all that shit.
You know, I number my doc. You think I'd remember what number I'm on? Billy explains how rich he is to Veronica, and he basically says how rich he is by explaining his house, and all she's doing is thinking about that money now.
I don't think that's what that was. I think he was supposed to say like, okay, look, I got all this shit, but even though I have all these people, I have all this stuff, I still feel alone. And
Yeah.
and now I got you though. And she's like, okay, so now he's breaking her down.
I
He's
get that,
breaking her
but
down.
now she's like, oh, I hated this dude, but even if it didn't work, I'm gonna make it work because cha-ching. Come on, man. He's
I don't
gonna
think
pay off
he's that
all
kind of
those.
person.
He's paying off his.
He's just
he's
dumb
paying
too
off-
though because shit.
He is paying off her student loans.
I'm just gonna
1,000%.
say she's easy. All it took was pissing on yourself and showing her your tent to get her.
Yeah, but now she's sticking around. She's gonna stick around for the. All I'm saying is she's gonna stick it through thick and thin. All right, that's all I'm saying. Like this could go in a completely different direction. She could start murdering other ladies that talk to him.
Yeah, I don't think she's doing all that.
Bad guy, I can hear an echo from you again. It's not as bad, but I can hear it starting. Where's your headphones? Did you just get headphones?
Yeah, I got him. I gotta grab him.
All right. So this is what we see Billy's giant tent with an indoor porta potty, which you would think that smells awful, right?
Yeah,
like, there's no way that smells good in there.
I forgot about that. That was gross.
Did you know he's not cleaning it?
Oh no! Well, he has a staff to clean it. I'm not worried about
He's
cleaning
got-
it,
he's
but
got
in
the
general, it's
facilities.
gonna smell.
He's got the lady with the titties. I forget her name.
Juanita.
Yeah, Juanita. And you
But
know,
I feel like he doesn't have. I feel like he uses it and lets it linger.
but I think she's gonna clean it though. And I think with Juanita, she's probably the one. You can give her some money. She's like, look, them videos he's supposed to be watching, the next videos, and they do that. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Carl comes in to cock block. He cock blocks Billy, and then Billy. And then he tells
I don't
Billy
think he did that though.
that Eric is plotting.
Well, he should have cock blocked it because he was still technically a student.
Yeah, exactly. He did the right thing.
He's
did
not
the
her
right thing.
He did
student.
the right thing.
No,
he was technically still her student.
Eric,
Because he's like graduating, like the next day is when he like switches to the next grade.
Yeah.
Still, technically, he's a 4th grader now. So you're about to fuck a 4th grader.
4th grader in mind, not in age.
You said 4th grader, 4th grader.
We get what's his name? Jack? No, yeah, Jack does a great Eric impression. Like I thought that was really funny. The yeah. So then we get where am I at? We see lunch is being eaten. Got that.
Is that the Sloppy Joe?
Eric and Carl talk about Eric. Billy explains how rich he is. No, got that. Now we get into the montage all the way up to high school. So yeah, so now we get the rest of the grades in a quick montage. So here's first montage, guys. 1 of 4, I think. And then
he was doing basic shit to get these grades.
Yeah, it was. Dumb
I'd be
shit.
pissed if I was in like that grade. Like, motherfucker, I still got to go to school tomorrow. This motherfucker got to spell rock.
R-O-K, the C is silent.
It struggled. It struggled.
All right. He misspelled couch. I don't give a damn. He should still be in that grade.
Jay-Z has missed an opportunity to say R-O-C, the K is silent. So then we get Billy in high school Billy is in the lunchroom with his 3rd grade friends. So he goes through all the other grades and he's still just hanging out with 3rd graders. Yeah, that's gonna make everyone feel great about themselves.
Because they look up to him and the other kids are like,
right. I'm sure that the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders also look up to him, Damone.
Probably not. They probably are like at the point where, like, think about it, because they're like 9, 10, like almost preteens. They're probably like, this guy's 28 years old. Why the fuck is he in my grade?
I think we had a few 28-year-olds with us in 7th grade. So let's be honest here. There's at least 2.
Like
There were 2, but they weren't. Hold on, but they weren't. But they weren't there because they had a bet with their rich dad for taking over the company. They were there because they were stupid.
Well, he was technically there because he was stupid too.
No, he was there because he made a bet.
Sure.
But you remember it's not just a bet though, because he told him, he said, bro, you couldn't do shit back then. He said, you really think rock is spelled that way? He's like, bro, you only passed because I paid him.
And it's not like he's flying through these classes like
right.
He's struggling.
He's struggling.
The dude we were in 7th grade with was legitimately. I think he was also in jail for a while, but he was we're in 7th grade. He was legitimately stupid.
Well, yes.
I don't remember his name, but he was.
I don't
dumb.
remember. There were
don't say his name on here.
There was 2, right?
I don't remember either.
I know one of them. I think, but maybe he wasn't. Because now that I think about it, I looked at the yearbook and he was in a regular grade, so I don't know.
They were both like 16 and 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hitting on 7th grade girls. Hitting on 7th grade girls, which was the grossest thing, and I wish that at the time I understood what was happening.
Yeah.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison didn't hit on the 7th grade girls.
He accepted the.
He just didn't stop him. He just didn't stop him.
He didn't stop him.
Which is just as bad. He just didn't stop him. They hit on him. He didn't stop him.
Billy gets thrown into the. This is what I'm saying. He gets thrown into the end of the year of a 9th grade class's syllabus, like their curriculum. He's not going to know what the fuck's going on.
None. That's why I said if we get to high school, there's no way.
He should honestly also he should have just done is just taken like an SAT and been like, if I can pass the SAT,
yeah, but
I know then you don't have a movie. But realistically, just take the SAT, study for that, and be like, and even also another issue I have, even if he passes all these grades,
he can't run a company because he didn't go to college.
It just means he's smart enough to graduate from high school. It doesn't mean he's good enough to run a Fortune 500.
Yes,
that part. It
absolutely.
just means you're able to be a human.
It's just basic. Like you're average. You got the average.
You are an average person now.
You got the
Congratulations.
Like it didn't prove that he could actually run the company, the day operations of a Fortune 500 company because he graduated high school. That's 95% of the population has done this already on the first try.
And I forgot to mention there was a second O'Doyle in Miss Vaughn's classroom.
I think there was 4 total.
Pretty sure there was. There's the dad.
There was a dad. Right? There's one kid. There's one kid.
There was one in first grade, one in third grade, and one in high school.
Yeah, then ended up being a whole family of them.
Yeah. But so, shit, I lost it again.
O'Doyle rules.
And then we get Billy making out with pictures next.
Yeah, which is wow. How do you get that picture? Because she was just like. It was like a weird headshot she did. Like,
she probably gave it to him. I'm assuming at this point they're fucking.
Yeah, they had to be. It was just weird to have that picture because it seemed like he didn't do it yet. Because he was like, "Man, when I get to her, I just want to." That's how he was acting.
But he's also immature and like I can picture like they did fuck, and then 2 minutes later. He's like steals the picture. He probably stole the picture. In all honesty, she probably didn't even give it to him. She probably doesn't know it's there.
That's part. That picture was like.
That's part of that. That's part of that montage is him making out the picture.
Yeah.
Was the sloppy Joe scene part of that too?
The sloppy Joe. I wrote that down, but I somehow missed that. No, that comes.
She was random.
Yeah, because we accidentally skipped over that. That was an accident. Yeah. She likes him. She knows how you like him sloppy.
You like him sloppy, don't you? Like him sloppy. And he was like, and that was it.
I swear to God, I always thought the Sloppy Joe song that Adam Sandler sung was from this part in this movie. It wasn't. It's a completely different thing. It's a whole different sketch. It's from SNL. I really thought that Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe. I swear he did it in this movie. He did not.
Nope.
Which is fucking random. Wild that there's Sloppy Joes in this movie.
It was random. It nothing did nothing. He just came in with that.
It's probably
he does a lot of repeat bits.
Well, I think the Sloppy Joes in this was to reference his own bit.
Yeah. Probably because that shit was random. That shit was random.
Lunch Lady Land.
We never see her again.
No.
Before or after, he just came in like, "You Sloppy Joe, sloppy."
I like him sloppy.
It's like, okay. I took my notes like, what the fuck was that? Literally, I said, what the fuck was that in my notes?
She knows how the kids like them sloppy is what I wrote in my notes. Eighth grade party. Eric blackmails the principal. The principal used to be a professional wrestler as the revolting blob, which if we ever do Book It Verse again, I'm getting the revolting blob. I'm
you draft
definitely drafting the revolting blob.
Him versus Rey Mysterio, the only two wrestlers.
Rey Mysterio,
Droz didn't die.
No, not Droz, not D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown, hold on. D'Lo Brown. Owen Hart also paralyzed. He hurt Stone Cold. Yeah, he died, but he hurt Stone Cold.
He's gonna have a
I wouldn't have the blue blazer in it, but I'd have Owen in it.
There's a stable of people who.
A stable of people who. All right, a stable of people who injured people, and a stable of people who got injured.
That's awful.
That's awful. They're rivals too. They gotta.
Yeah. They go against each other. There you go. So then we find out that he was a revolting blob, and he hurt a bunch of old people during a match, and he also sat on somebody's head, and they suffocated because they did not know how to work.
Yeah, this
isn't his fault if you really think about it. Like if it's during the match and
it was
an accident,
it's dude's fault for not giving the right signal, right?
Right. Yeah. Like if
he should have known how to work.
Yeah, if you fuck up, like you're supposed to tap my leg to tell me to get up, and you don't tap my leg, like it's kind of your fault. And like it's an accident, it happens. Like they used to say, it ain't ballet, kid. So it's not really his fault. So I don't know why he's so like freaking out that people are gonna find out.
The principal used to wrestle. The Billy shows up to high school acting like he's he's still in the 80s.
Thought he was cool, and they were laughing.
He was cool like he was in the 80s, and clearly he's not. Not sure how he thought that would get over. And
my state, man.
So, like I said, he gets thrown in the end of the ninth grade lesson. But also, why are these high school students the most mature high school students that have ever gone to high school? Because they definitely would. They 1,000% would have laughed at him. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. I think he was. It's one of those things. Okay, like he's literally like accelerating. Well, I mean, the movie is supposed to be accelerating through these classes, so he still has the humor of a second grader, and he's going there doing those jokes, and they're looking like these jokes aren't hitting. That's what it was. He just didn't know his audience.
That humor 1,000% would have went over in high school. I don't give a shit. High school students, just like third graders, are dumb.
Yeah, but I also think it's him. Because they all know who he is. They know he's a 27-year-old loser. Like so they all like unlike in elementary school where the kids look up to him, these kids look down on them. They're like, "What the fuck? Why are you here? Like you're a loser." So they're not going to laugh at his jokes.
So I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring this up now.
Because imagine like one of us were to just start high school today. Tomorrow we'd be like all of us would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sir.
So I had originally written all this down. I did the math. I figured everything out. If this was possible, if this would have made sense to take place when it took place.
Yeah.
Would he be able to get through 6 months of school? When would he have start to get through 6 months of school? So school's usually 9 months. And in order to do that, he'd have to land on Valentine's Day. It had to land in third grade. I assume it would have been the second day of school, that grade, but that Ms. Vaughn wasn't there. But benefit of the doubt, it wasn't. So the way I traced it back, because he was supposed to be done by June 15th. So in order to do that, he would have started, I think the math said January 2nd would have been his first day of school. Around there. Which lines up with the fact that he was doing snowmen in Miss Lippy's class.
Yeah.
Kenny, this is in Southern California, which is why it seems like it all happens in the summer. So I
didn't know it was in Southern California, but
which makes the most sense.
Does California school go into June?
I couldn't tell you. That being said, I also did the math. I did the first time I did it, he would have ended in July. The second time I did it, I got it so he can end in June. So it's still possible that it happens unless the Valentine's Day was the second day second or third day of him being
so I'm reading
in that classroom. So in order for that not to happen, it would have had to go back a week.
Here's the thing. Either way, Adam Sandler fucked up. It says, I'm looking at the thing, it says, at the start of the movie, it's implied it's October. Billy does third grade around Valentine's Day in February. This is several months off. Even if first grade started at the end of October, second grade would be early mid-November. Mm-hmm. Third grade should have been around December.
Which I think we debunked. Because that would have had to mean that his friend would have known it was October. And knowing his friends, he just said a month.
Yeah. So they don't do anything for Halloween either. So my assumption is it probably wasn't actually October.
Yeah, he was
probably like January.
Right,
and his friend is just dumb.
His friend's dumb. But yeah, it would have been to be done by. You have to work back from June 15th. Because that's when he said he should be done with it.
Every 2 weeks, he's doing this shit.
And it's 6 months. It takes him 6 months to do all this. Then we get to see a press conference. Oh no, I missed a spot.
No, we get the press conference.
No,
with
we're not there yet.
blackmailed.
We're not there yet. Billy gets. Billy shows back up to third grade during fourth period. All right, so Billy shows back up to third grade on his first day of school.
Because he got bullied.
During fourth period. When did Billy eat lunch? Because we see him in the cafeteria.
I think he just said that shit because he was getting bullied. He just tried to get out of there. He's like,
why say fourth period?
Because they don't know the difference.
But Ms. Vaughn does.
Well, she just wants the dick at that point.
Yeah, she's so blinded by him. She don't care about nothing that's going on.
She's not actually paying attention. She's not doing the
He's
math.
getting bullied by the bigger O'Doyle now. So now he's like, look, I didn't hang out with y'all a little bit. I'm a lame here.
Oh yeah, he did get pranked by the bigger O'Doyle.
Yeah, they pour some. What they pour on his milk on his head or some shit like that.
I thought it's pudding. But, Billy.
Whatever it was, it was nasty.
Billy has a meltdown. Billy's 28. That's when we find out. Miss Vaughn sets him straight.
Ugh, that part.
Billy calls a guy he bullied once to apologize. That man is Danny McGrath, played by
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
One of my favorite scenes in the movies. One of three.
I've been watching Boardwalk Empire.
My dad showed me
He's great. He's the main character. He's great in it.
He's a great actor.
He's a great actor.
He dies and everything, though, but he's a great actor.
So far, he hasn't died in Boardwalk Empire. That being said, I haven't got to the end yet. He's great.
This is one of three of my favorite scenes in the movie. This scene had me. When I first saw it, I was dying. I was dying, bro.
Is that what you're hoping to happen when you call somebody you used to bully, Kenny?
I don't bully people. I
don't believe that. I believe there's got to be somebody you bully, and I'm going to find him.
No, he bullied.
His name is Joe,
and
there's a reason Joe took 12 weeks off.
No, I've never bullied. I was bullied in the past. I fought. That's why I always getting. That's why I got 90% of my fights because people try to bully me. But this scene had me dying. It was just the fact that he was like, "Man, you know, cross off the list, bro."
And then he put the lipstick on again as a child. I didn't know what I was looking at. I was like, "He's putting lipstick on? What's happening here?"
That man was about to. He was on some Jeffrey Dahmer shit. He was about to fuck them up.
Yeah. We see the press conference. So he gets crossed off the list. We see a press conference by the principal saying that Billy bribed him to pass. Billy's dad calls off the deal and then gives the company to Eric. Billy spirals bad after a montage. He shows up at Veronica's. Billy backslides. Billy, he's back to talking with the voice and everything. Billy thinks he sees the penguin in her house and leaves. That was funny though. Oh, I see what's going on here.
Yeah, I don't like when he does that shit. So I
thought that was funny.
And then she's like, "You can do it, Billy. You can do." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here with this shit. Why do you let him? Stupid."
Veronica shows up at Billy's house and beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And tells him that he can't give up, and we get a whole musical number.
Well, I hated this part. I'm like, why is she so into this man?
That's what I said. This is stupid. And then
because the money. She wants the money. Show me the money.
They squeeze his pants once, and she's over here beating the shit out of him and giving him a pep talk about how he can do it. Also, why the fuck does he even want the company? He can literally just live his life.
Right? They're like, "Look, man, you don't have to worry about anything else ever. You still get paid. You just got to live your life like you're doing." He's like, "Nah, I want to run the company."
Why?
And the thing is, the sexualization again too. She comes in. She just happens to be wearing a white shirt when she's doing this.
Oh, yeah. You know that they did that on purpose. Also, that's the thing though. Eric would eventually cut him off, right? I give it a few years.
He would have owned shares still in the company. So
I think Eric would have found a way to cut him off.
Eric wouldn't necessarily have been able to cut him
Eric
off.
is plotting. He would have got his.
I think Eric wouldn't have cared if Eric.
Got 1,000% he would have cared.
I think if Eric got to run the company however he wanted, he wouldn't give a shit what what's his face what Billy was doing.
True.
Billy's out of the way. Billy could have just sat and collected racks.
Yep.
Billy decides to give it another try. Billy shows back up at school. Oh no, I'm sorry, I missed a spot. Veronica shows up at Billy's. We get a whole musical number. The kids convince the masked Mr. Anderson to recant his statement.
Why is he wearing the mask? Like
because he's probably crying and jerking off.
He was some weird shit in the house.
You know that's what's happening, right? Like he's crying and jerking off.
Probably.
Mr. Madison and Eric is pissed. Mano y mano. What does that mean? Oh, this is how I learned what mano y mano means, by the way. When I was a kid. Mano y mano. What does that mean? Carl, what does that mean? I love that. Like
But Eric's right.
Well, I don't think he asked Mano what Mano meant, as in like, oh, what is man versus
man? He's like
man
to man, yeah.
No, I don't think he asked him because he's like, what are you challenging me in? Like he's like, what are you challenging me in? He's like, what do you mean by that? Like he's like, me and you, Mano. He's like, okay, and what? Like that's what it was like.
I didn't know what Mano was.
He's like, what do you mean by that?
But Eric's technically right. Like, if it's in writing that if he fails the challenge, no matter how it happened.
Yeah, but it probably wasn't in writing. It was probably a gentleman's agreement.
No, he says it's in writing.
Oh, well, even so.
It's in writing. Like, if it says in writing, I get the company, and you can't just decide, oh, you don't get the company anymore.
I guarantee he wouldn't win that lawsuit anyways. If Mr. Madison was as smart as he was, he probably would just block every single lawyer and hire him, put them all on retainer. Like, that's what you do, right? When you have enough money, you just put all the lawyers on a retainer, and then what are you going to do? Mr. Madison and Eric are pissed. Oh, no, I did that. Billy shows back at school and gets catch-up material and gets another O'Doyle prank. I think this is the last O'Doyle prank. This is the
when he threw the remote when he got mad, he threw that shit sassy as fuck.
We cut to strip studying, and Veronica is trying to motivate him. Then followed by a montage of studying and prepping, including stripping by Chris Farley. Which I thought was hilarious.
That part was funny. He was like, okay, he's like 1987, 1981. She's like, I just put the clothes on. Then he got to him, and he was like, it's correct.
We will see the O'Doyle family get killed and go off a cliff because of the banana peel. All right. That banana peel happened at least 4 months ago.
That was funny. That was funny.
There's no possible way
that shit was funny though. I'll give
that would work or happen.
What? A car runs over a banana peel, they're gonna suddenly like veer off the road.
No, that shit was funny though.
It's so stupid.
It was so dumb. It was so dumb. It's funny. That was funny. I'll give that. That was funny.
Because I like I said, I've only had watched it like one time ever. I'm like, why do they keep fucking going back to this banana peel?
Yeah, no, I always thought the banana peel was funny, and I always got that. That was a weird thread, but the whole O'Doyle thread throughout the whole movie is pretty funny.
O'Doyle rules.
Right, dude. That was the second. We just had the second montage. So there's 3 montages. We just had the second one. The final competition scene. I'm just gonna go right to this. All right, we're gonna go.
Best scene in the movie. Best scene in the movie.
So we go through the whole competition thing. I'm not gonna go through everything they do, but here it is. This is gonna be.
Well, some of them are dumb. Like, why are we doing like band
racing
and like?
Also,
racing,
all right.
like...
If he has a gun on him, how's he doing all this other shit? But regardless, and nobody's gonna see the gun when he goes to change. I'm gonna do this as Hulk Hogan. This is the principal from the high school. After Billy talks about the dog book.
He tried to make it come back full circle from what he learned in first grade. And it's like, nah.
when asked about the Industrial Revolution,
he's trying to make him come back full circle with a children's book.
I'm gonna do it normal. First. I'm gonna do it normal first, and maybe try to do Hogan. Mr. Madison, what you have just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That part is the best part.
Hold on. Okay, a simple wrong would have been just fine.
Yeah, that's the best part of the movie. Because I do say all the time, like,
I say that
wrong, and may God have mercy on your soul.
To this day.
I'll give him that. That part was funny.
All right, listen, Mr. Madison, brother. What you have just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things anyone has ever said, bro. I'm sorry. Ever said. I'm gonna start over. Mr. Madison, what you have just said is one of the most idiotic things I've ever heard, dude. At no point in your ramblings and incoherent response have you ever been close to anything that could be considered a rational thought, brother. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it, dude. And I award you no points, brother. And may God have mercy on your soul. And all the Hulkamaniacs go wild on you.
See, now you know how I felt. I was dying.
I ran out of water.
That is the best scene in the movie.
That's easily the best scene.
Because nothing he said made any sense.
No.
And we didn't even have to hear it all.
Right. Like you just make
that part was hilarious.
It's when you
they usually do that. They usually do that in movies where they come back full circle with something, and it's like, you know what? Like that one, he's like, no.
It's like when you don't know the answer to a question on a quiz. And you just start making shit up.
You try to talk as much as possible.
That's what he did. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah. He tried to Donald Trump it.
So Eric pulls a gun on Billy in front of a room full of people. A room full of people. He pulls a gun out in front of a room full of people. What was the plan?
I think it was.
He was just set off. He's like, bruh.
Right. But he went there with the gun. No, he went there with the gun. It doesn't matter.
True.
When he pulled it out, that wasn't part of the plan. But he went there with a gun.
He's like,
and had it on stage.
He's like, I might need this.
I got it.
The fact that he struggled on business ethics, like
that was funny.
He could have it was funny, but he could have just said anything like basic, like business ethics is doing the right thing.
He could have used that book.
The point is, he's not ethical.
That fucking probably gotten a point.
He was just pissed. He's like, bro, this dude keep on winning no matter. Every time I try to sabotage this dude, he keep getting away with this shit. I'm sick of this shit, and I got to do this. I don't know this shit. Got this.
In the final scene, Billy graduates and gives the company to Carl, which honestly also makes 1,000% sense. If Eric doesn't get it. Makes way more sense to give.
Before you end that, I got one more thing to say. I noticed something when I was watching the Knowledge Bowl, like the questions. One of them said, "My wife, the tramp."
Yeah, because the principal was pissed at his wife. He kept calling her a whore.
One said, "My wife is sleeping around," and the other one said, "I married common street trash." Those
He's at the beginning of the he talks about like, if I catch any of you cheating, especially with my whore wife.
So that's what I was like. I thought that was like, that's walk. I noticed that in the background. I kept pausing to try to get them all, and that's when I noticed there was those three in there.
Being grabbed by Max saying he's still horny is wild.
It's humping him. He's literally like starts.
That's sexual assault. There's so much sexual assault in this movie. The clown really isn't dead. We found out he's alive during the. So all right. So did that mean that the show tune happened? Like I don't understand. But the clown's alive. That we saw him die. Him, Mr. Lippy get at it, or Miss Lippy get at it, and Juanita and Danny, the guy he bullied, and the penguin gets jerked off by the bus driver, and that's the movie.
Yeah, they just threw some random shit at the end. They put a Freddy got fingered at the end. They just threw some random shit at the end.
Random things. I'm glad Juanita found a happy home.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If we ever watch Freddy Got Fingered on here, I will not come to that episode.
Oh no, we're not watching Freddy Got Fingered. We're good on that.
If you make us watch that, I will be sick. Is what I'm saying. I'm putting my sick hours in.
Well, I'm glad Juanita got her man though in the end. Maybe he won't murder all those people.
Just needs some black love in his life.
He just needed a black titty.
All right, so we're gonna do our ratings now.
Waiting on this.
Hold on. I gotta write some shit down real quick. So we're gonna do the Geek in the Sheets movie awards. So Billy Madison.
He turned into a superhero.
Yeah,
that wasn't an awards. That was a superhero.
Best actor.
Best actor.
Who was best actor in Billy Madison?
Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi.
Or Juanita.
Or actually, either be Steve Buscemi or the principal when they was making fun of him. Then he got sad.
I'm gonna go with the principal.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, the principal was a good actor.
And I'm gonna just put Principal Anderson. All right, best supporting actor. Best supporting role.
I guess.
Best supporting role.
No, it's definitely Miss Veronica Vaughn, right?
Yeah, Veronica Vaughn. Yeah, even though she's a thought.
It's easy to get her.
Best cameo, which there was quite a few of these. That's you can go Steve Buscemi on that, right?
It's Steve, yeah.
He was one of the best things about this movie. He wasn't in there long.
The most underrated.
That kid that said he had to cut his underwear because it would make it easier for them to give him a wedgie and rip faster.
Depone.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Underwear kid.
Yeah, wedgie kid. It's called wedgie kid.
Wedgie kid.
It's a good strategy.
He says make it easier on you.
All right. So we're gonna go with. I'm gonna go so far. And, I'll do that later. Let's go with overall averages. All right, ratings. Kenny, give it your.
Out of 5 or 10, I forget what we're right now.
It's out of 5. 5 your.
Oh yeah, because we are doing money dollars. Okay, so
25-cent intervals is what you can do, but the lowest you can do is 0.5.
I'll give it. They're gonna hate me for this one. I'll give it a 1.5.
That's higher than I thought you'd give it.
Yeah, I'll give it a 1.5 because there were parts that would make me laugh. It's not like it's completely terrible. This is one of the few where I was like, okay, they got a couple.
Hey Kenny, you're rated higher than this?
You said what?
You're rated higher than this?
Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damone.
I'm gonna give it a 2 because it does have some memeable moments.
Yeah.
And there are some funny bits. But overall, the story is dumb.
Real dumb.
He doesn't really have he's not redeemable. He's still an asshole.
No, he's really not redeemable by the end. I didn't find any reason to.
He doesn't learn anything.
Him and Baby Boy, him and Jody are the ones.
He's still immature. The only reason he gets the company is because Eric loses his goddamn mind. If Eric just doesn't lose his mind, he doesn't get the company. Nor should he get the company.
Right.
Hey, I got a question. Who would you trust? Who would you trust more?
With the
do any adulting for you? Would you trust Jody from Baby Boy or Billy Madison?
Jody, honestly. At least Jody can kind of keep a job. Peanut though. Peanut, we got it. We might.
Oh, P.
Or P, yeah.
Play
P.
Madden.
Yeah.
All right,
him and Billy would be friends.
I'm gonna rate this overall a 2.5.
Okay.
I like the movie. Again, I have great nostalgia for it. I don't like it as much as I liked it prior to watching it this last 2 times. But I definitely still, it's still Billy Madison, man. That gives it an overall 2. So it's a flat 2 out of. I swear I've never done anything just flat number like that.
Like
That
it's not
puts it.
like, it's not a good movie. It's not a worst movie, but I don't necessarily want to watch it again.
That's me. Like, I'm not like it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I know a lot of people are like, man, this movie's my childhood, and I get it, but this movie wasn't good. To me, it wasn't good.
Happy Gilmore, I'll watch over and over. This one, I'm good on.
Same for me too.
So the definitive movie rankings as of right now, and I'll just we only have 4, so I'll be able to do the whole list. Number 1 is Into the Spider-Verse. Number 2 is The Flash. Blade is 3.4, so that's number 3. It's a 3.41. Billy Madison number 4 with just a flat 2.
That's a drop.
Blade should be higher than Flash. I blame Joe for that one. He was tripping.
Let's see, Flash or Blade. Looks like I didn't write
he's the one who propped up both. He lowered Blade and then he propped up.
Yeah, Flash. Like Flash should not be like that. Blade literally saved an entire like company. If Flash damn near took down a company.
We're all after Flash, except everyone but Joe is like,
I like.
You know what? I don't need to see it. I don't need to see any more superheroes.
I'm gonna watch
Flash,
Blue Beetle eventually, but
we were all dumber after watching Flash, and may God have mercy on our souls.
See, that's so that is 1995's Billy Madison. We're gonna go ahead and do plugs because this episode is definitely going way longer than I expected it to go. I thought we'd be in and out an hour.
Nah, we had to talk our shit about this movie. Fuck this movie.
There is a lot of shit to talk. I had a lot of fun though. I'll say it. Even because it was so bad, I was able to talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
We had way more fun on this episode than we had in any of the other episodes. I'll tell you what. So
that'd make it fun of Mighty Ducks for me.
Why did you turn into Hank Hill?
I tell you what. I know you say Hank Hill, but I listened to another podcast called Small Town Murder, and when they do like a redneck like impression, I'll tell you what, they do that. It's great.
Yeah, I think of Hank Hill.
Yeah, and I think Hank Hill when they do it too.
Yeah.
But when I did it then, I thought of them. So, yeah, I like doing bad movies for this fact that we can talk about it and have just a lot of fun doing it and not worry about it being like the best movie in the world. Then I don't feel so bad when I miss details on my recaps because I missed a lot of little things that we still ended up talking about. But Bad Guy, what's your plug?
You can catch me on all social medias at Bad Guy Spoken. You can catch the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube. And you can see the football podcast, Unbiased, also on that same channel. And you can catch Hood Movie Review, also on the same channel. Yeah, definitely check all those out.
Damone?
I be tweeting and TikToking. You can follow me on both at DumbMoney213. That's DAMONEYT13. Yeah, follow me on both.
You can find me on Twitter, hi-fi_Mike. You can find all the shows on the T13 Media Network on our website at T13Media.com. Rate, review us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Gordon Rules, 5 or fuck off. That's Geek in the Sheets. Geek off.